So today I'm going to be playing with my seldom used jelly plate. Now I've had this for absolutely ever and I hardly ever play with it. So I thought today I would use it to create some backgrounds for my artist trading coins. So I'm going to start off by creating some background layers. So now normally when you're putting layers on, actually I should probably put that on there first, shouldn't I? Normally when you're putting paint onto a jelly plate, it's a good idea, if you're building up your layers on your plate and then doing one pull at the end, to start with your lightest first. But I'm actually going to be doing a different way of doing a pull. So what I'm going to be doing is just building up from dark to light. So I've got some stamping card here and I'm just adding, so the black paint that I've just used is the Dina Wakley Media Black, and I should have some scratch paper here as well just to clean off my brayer. So I'm just going to do my first pull, so that's the black, and then I'm going to clean up. Now, there are different ways obviously to do different types of jelly print. I'm by no means an expert at doing this because I just don't use my jelly plate that often to become an expert at it. There are other people out there that are far more experienced than I am. Now, what did I say I needed? Well, my brain's going completely to pot today. I'll just clean off the brayer. It's also a good reason for starting off with your darker colours first. I said I wanted scratch paper, didn't I? That's why I got up, to get some scratch paper. So all I'm going to do is just grab a piece of photocopy paper or standard printer paper. Grab a couple of sheets, there we go, and that way I can just clean off any excess residue. Just keep it to the side, and I'll just quickly, this is going to take a while to clean up. I tell you what, let me clean this off and then I'll be back as soon as I've got a cleanish palette again. Okay, clean enough I think. Okay, so we've put the black down first, that's good. So I'm going to go to the next darkest colour. So this time I'm going to be using some lavender. So I'm going to drop some of that down, and then that's it. Make sure I've got some build up the layers, like I said, from dark to light. That should do us. And then clean off the excess from my brayer, and then just drop that back down again. Now, it doesn't matter if I get this exactly in the same position each time, because I will be cutting out some 2.5 inch circles from this stamping card. Cool. Okay, so now we're starting to pick up those lovely lavender hues on there. So I'll put that to one side to dry, clean this off, and I'll be right back. Okay, so next up I want to add some greens to this. So I've got soft green. I'm only using kind of like pastel tones for this one. I could go really dark with the colours, but I don't want to. I want to just do light colours. So again, start adding those around the jelly plate. Towards the edges. That will do me. Clean off the excess on my scratch paper. The sound of me rolling. And then bring this one back and we can flip it over, drop it down, smooth it onto the plate. A little bit of firm pressure and then peel. There we go, so you can still see the black in the background, then we've got the purples, lavender colour, and then the greens on top, like in that. So once again, quick clean up, and I'll be back straight away. Okay, so cleaned up again. So finally, my orange layer, pumpkin, obviously. It has to be for Halloween. Splurge. And then we'll load up. And then try and get a little bit towards the edge. That should do. Okay, that's taken the excess off my brayer. And then we'll bring our main print back, drop it down, and give that a push. Okay, let's peel that off. Oh, yes. Now look at that. Very, very happy with that. Okay, I'm going to put this to one side to dry, and obviously I need to get cleaned up here again. So I'll give that a quick wipe over and a clean, and I'll be back when we're all sparkly again. Okay, so jelly plates all put away. I need to trim this down now to the size that I want. So just grab my trimmer, and then I'm going to just take off the excess at this side, out there, take off some of the excess at that side, and then some up that side. And then I'm going to cut that down to about 4 inches. So it just needs to be a little bit under 4 inches. Out there. Perfect. Pop away my trimmer, and then I can pull out my punch. This is my 2.5 inch circle punch. And then I'm going to, that's 1. I like that colour there. 2. There. Will I be able to get another one out there? No. That's fine. So we'll go there. Let me get my other punch. Oh, this is a fairly newer one. There we go. Maybe a little sharper. That's a good one. That's much better. I like that colour there. And then we'll do one right in the middle, just there. So just enough to do 6 2.5 inch ATC coins. Perfect. Nice kind of mixed media backgrounds. Let's put those punches away. And now I'm going to grab some stamps. So those are my 6 ATC backs, or ATC coins, so 2.5 inches. And this is a new stamp set called Skullduggery Borders from Indigo Blue. So this one is being released on September the 21st, and I just love the fact that you've got that creepy cobweb, you've got that fantastic multi-directional stamp because you can go long ways, or you can also do it downwards, so you can create some great kind of down the page effects, but also right across the page too. But you've also got this skull border at the bottom, love it, and of course that kind of barbed wire swirl there as well. So deeply etched red rubber stamps, as you can see. So for this one I'm going to use the skull border. So I've dug out my Dilutions stamp block, or journaling block, because it's long enough to get the whole thing in one go. There you go. So I'm going to ink up. And once I've actually inked up, you'll be able to see the design a lot better on the stamp. Love it. Absolutely love it. So if I carefully now lay all 3 of those ATCs down there, actually I could do with a bit of scratch paper, so we'll use the one that we used for our roller earlier on. Lay all three down, and then if I flip that over and then just drop it down on the bottom of all 3, give it a bit of welly, as the saying goes. Oh, look at that. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other 3. So bring those up. Loving it. Ink that up nice and dark. And then flip it over. Just push them up a little bit. And then again, drop them down onto all 3. Cool. Love it. Love the fact that we've got that crow in there as well, look. Brilliant stuff. Okay, so let's have a quick tidy up. Put my ink away and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've had a bit of a tidy up and I've brought out one of my newish stencils. This is the Carnival 1, and I've got your Ranger Archival ink, and I've got a little bit of a stencil brush, just a small stencil brush. I'm just going to load up the brush with the ink, and then I'm going to just grab a little bit of those images, and I'm just going to gently go over just to add a little bit of that pattern in the background. Just like that. So I'm going to repeat the process on all 6 of the ATCs. So now that you've seen me do a couple of them, you don't need to hang around and watch me do the rest, because it's just like watching paint dry. So I'll join with you when I've done all 6. Okay, so I'm ready to put my backs onto my ATCs. Now I've already gone ahead and done some of them. These are ones, I've just left one ready to show you basically, which I haven't stuck on the back yet, but I wanted to just address a little bit of an issue that some people have had previously with this digi-download. Now this is the digi-download for the backs for the coins, which is on my website at the moment. Now some people, when they've purchased these, have said that they've tried using a 2.5-inch circle punch and it doesn't fit because the circles are too close together. Now the reason for that is that when they've printed the sheets, they haven't made sure that they've printed the sheet at 100% of its normal size. They've probably done fit to page or scale to fit, which shrinks everything. And if it shrinks the size of the circle, it's also going to shrink the gap in between. This I've printed off on standard printer paper at 100% or normal, no page scaling at all. And as you can see, the punch will fit exactly with a little bit of a border all the way around with no issues. And then when you take it over, you get an exact fit. Just there we go, no problems at all. And that's a standard 2.5-inch circle punch. They fit. So that's all you have to do, is to make sure that when you're printing, you print out with no page scaling and don't do fit to page. So if you print normal, then you should be fine, absolutely fine. Okay, so with that out of the way, and now I've explained that, I can stick the last one down onto the backs of my ATCs. There's no point me showing you all 6 of these because it's exactly the same process for all of them. So instead of just showing you the first, I'm just showing you the last. So where's my skulls? My skulls are at the bottom. I'll line it up. I've got a little bit of movement just before that glue grabs for a perfect fit. How cool is that? Okay, I can put the glue stick to one side. Of course, I am going to want to add a little bit of a distressed border all the way around. So to do that, I'm just going to grab my vintage photo and then just start hiding that raw edge. Make it a little bit more grungy and just a little bit more Halloweeny, if there's such a word. So I've done that one. Now I'll go off and do the remaining 5 and I'll join with you when I've finished. So all of my AT coins now have that grunge all around the outside, just to disguise those white raw edges. But I want to add a little bit of sparkle onto these now. So what I've got is some indigo blue gold paint. I'm just going to take a little bit from the lid. I'm giving it a little bit of a shake just to make sure that it's all picked up and the mica hasn't settled. I'm just going to add a little bit of water, a little bit of Adam's ale as we call it, and then just give it a little bit of a mix, and then just add a few sprinkles of that gold just as a little bit of a highlight. So I'm just going to grab my heat gun now, give them a quick blast to make sure they're all dry, and then I'll be right back. See if they don't blow away first. Okay, so you can see those splatters of gold in each one now, so it is shining quite nicely underneath my lights in my craft room. So next thing I wanted to do is to add some words onto these. I didn't want to add like an image or a paper doll, because you know I've done that before, and I wanted just to do something a little bit different, just mostly with stamping and stenciling and building up the backgrounds with that jelly plate. So I just want to add a few words. So to do that, I've got my Chit Chat stickers from Tim Holtz. I've also got my clippings stickers. Now I know there are holiday or Halloween version of the clipping stickers, but I don't have those yet. So what I've done is I've gone through all of the phrases and the sayings in there, and I've pulled out words from various different ones. Now some of them I've just used the one word. Occasionally I've just used one double word from a phrase, and I've teamed them up together. So on each one there is, for example, I've got the word curiously, and I'm going to pop that one up here, and I've teamed that up with the word crazy. So from two different sets. So another one, I have the word strange, and I also have the word memoir. So for another one, I've cut out the word shadows. They don't necessarily make 100% sense. And then I've got the word imagination. And then another one, got the word hidden and the word question. And then another, this is the one where I've got the two words. So we've got our lifetime, and then I'm teaming that one up with the word chronicle, or our lifetime chronicles. And then finally I've got the word fascination, and I'm teaming that up with the word imperfection, because we've all got that fascination with imperfection, because that's what we do when we're making mixed media and art journals. We like the imperfection, we're fascinated with the imperfection. That's my rationale behind it anyway. So the last thing I want to do, I need to go and grab my pencil case, because in here somewhere, he hopes, there it is, right at the very top, look. I have a Stabilo All pencil. So this is one of those pencils, it's water soluble, but also you can write on glass and plastic and that kind of thing with it. Now I think I'm probably going to need, just to sharpen the blade, sharpen the point, I just need to grab my bin. Where are you, Mr. Bin? There you are. Got my pencil sharpener, so I'm just going to sharpen it up a little bit. There we go, just drop that into my little bin, put my pencil sharpener away, and then all I'm going to do is just to add some little black lines on each one. So now you've seen me do a couple. I shall go away and finish the rest, and I'll join with you when I finish going around all of the words. Okay, so all 6 have now had that pencil put on them. So now I've got my water brush, Now I do have to have mine labelled up with water because I also do have one that's got alcohol in it as well. And I really don't want to be getting those two mixed up. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to very, very lightly just to activate that pencil just around the edges of each one, just to kind of help it blend to create that little idea of the drop shadow. Drop shadow? Drop shadow. Too much coffee again today. And I'm going to do the same thing on each one. Okay, so that should be the last ones. I can now put my water brush away, and then I'll leave those to dry for a few minutes, and then I can flip them over and then fill in the backs with a nice kind of fine point pen. So I'll be right back once these have dried. Okay, so they're now all dry, so all I have to do is just flip over and then write in the title for them. So I'm going to call these Halloween 2018, 1 of 6, and then I'll do 7 Days of Halloween series. And then I'll put in today's date. Now, because I'm filming this in advance, actually in September, I've forgotten what date is it today. Oh, it's the 17th. Cool. So then I have to just do the same thing for each one, just so I can remember what I wrote. Two of 6. There we go. And I'll just do the same thing on each one, so I will join with you when I've done. So there we are. There's my 6 completed artist trading coins for Halloween 2018. And I have finished and completed the backs of each one. So I hope you did enjoy watching me put those ATCs together. If you did, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the video with all your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now.